Good morning, children. Today I shall be teaching you respiratory system. Last chapter was digestive system. This is a more complex system. Now the mechanism of respiration involves two processes: breathing and oxidation of food in our bodies, that is body cells. That is the digested materials in our body cells that is oxidized and energy is released. Now the mechanism of intake of oxygen from the environment by all organisms and giving out of foul air, carbon dioxide, it is known as breathing. Now during respiration, just now I told you that it involves two processes, breathing and oxidation of food, and at the same time when oxidation of food takes place, after that energy is released. Now what do we require the energy for? There are day-to-day activities, physical activities performed by us and metabolic activities also for which we require energy. So this energy is coming from respiration. So respiration is a chemical process, or we can say it is a biochemical process where oxidation of food takes place and the digested food materials, they give us energy after breaking down. For example, energy rich glucose or fructose, they will break down after combination of, that is the oxidation takes place, that is after combination with oxygen to give simpler substances like carbon dioxide, water and energy. So this is the chemical equation of respiration. This is the chemical equation of respiration. Just now I told you that breathing, the process of respiration has got two parts in it. So one is breathing and the other is cellular respiration. So breathing involves intake of oxygen and giving out of carbon dioxide. Now for breathing we require continuous supply of oxygen, and this oxygen is coming from the atmosphere or the environment around us. This is also known as external respiration. So breathing is also known as external respiration. Now when the food is oxidized, simple food or energy rich food, that is the digested materials in our body cells, when they are oxidized, then energy is given out in our body cells, in all the body cells. So it is known as cellular respiration. It is also known as internal respiration. So in the mechanism of respiration, we learn internal respiration and external respiration. Now internal respiration, it is catalyzed by several enzymes for the energy to be liberated. And this energy which is liberated, it is stored in the form of ATP, that is adenosine triphosphate molecules. And this takes place in our body cells, that is in the cytoplasm partially and in the mitochondria of each cell. So in the mitochondria you will get a lot of energy stored, and from time to time the energy is whatever energy we require, it is taken up by ourselves. Now when we breathe out carbon dioxide, whether the air, the foul air which is coming out through our nose, here in this figure we will do an activity to find whether the air which we have exhaled is having carbon dioxide or not. We will perform one simple experiment here. Now here the picture is given. we take 2 test tubes. Okay, and half of each of the test tubes we fill with freshly prepared lime water. Now, we will take 2 stoppers also, and we will insert them in the 2 test tubes. Now, these two stoppers will be having 2 holes in them, in each of them. One stopper is having this bent tubes connected to the lime water, and the other side is going into the atmosphere. Like atmospheric air can come from there and it will go into this. And the other one, whoever is the candidate who's performing this experiment, whether carbon dioxide is present in exhaled air or not, so he will blow in air through his mouth, through that pipe over here, connected to this tube, a bent tube, and this is going directly into the next test tube. And extra air will come out from here and go into the atmosphere. So when several times the candidate has blown in air through the mouth, that is foul air has gone into the test tube, you will find that the water, the lime water, freshly prepared lime water turns milky. The whole of them will turn milky. While in the other test tube, very slightly milkiness you will get. That also turns milky, but little bit. Why? Because here the atmosphere, the air is coming only from the atmosphere into the test tube. And the atmosphere contains a very small concentration of carbon dioxide, that is 0.03%. And that turns the lime water slightly milky. Whereas here in the other test tube, what happens? That the continuous blowing in of the air through the mouth, it turns immediately, readily it will turn milky. So, and because lime water, this is the test for carbon dioxide. When lime water turns milky, it is a test of carbon dioxide, presence of carbon dioxide. So, immediately when it turns milky, you understand that the air which we breathe out, it is having carbon dioxide. So, carbon dioxide turns lime water milky. So, this activity you perform to show whether carbon dioxide is present in exhaled air. Now, just now what you learnt about cellular respiration and breathing, that is internal respiration and external respiration. Now, in these two, you will find there are certain differences. They are not the same. Breathing is what? A physical process. And here what we do, we take in a lot of fresh air and give out foul air, that is air full of carbon dioxide, into the environment. Whereas in cellular respiration, what happens? Oxidative breakdown of glucose takes place. That is, glucose combines with oxygen to give you carbon dioxide, water and energy. So oxidative breakdown of glucose takes place here. Now this cellular respiration, it is a biochemical process, whereas this is just a physical process. Now here in this process, a lot of energy is produced. For that only, the breakdown of the food takes place and energy is liberated in the form of ATP. But here, during breathing, energy is consumed. So here energy is liberated, here energy is consumed. Now here what happens, that enzymes are required for the process of respiration to take place. The enzymes help in quickening the chemical reactions of respiration. So they catalyze, that means help the speed to increase of the various reactions involved in the mechanism of respiration. So here respiratory enzymes are required, here no enzymes are required for the process of breathing. Then this is an intracellular process, that is inside each cell of our bodies, of living organisms, cellular respiration takes place. Whereas here in breathing, this is extracellular process. Now this cellular respiration, it always have more or less it has got a constant speed. That is, the speed doesn't change. Whereas breathing involves a decrease or increase in speed. That is when we do certain exercises, etc. okay, strenuous exercises or running around, then the speed increases or decreases in breathing. So for today, children, only this much. The next day we will proceed further. Thank you.